You matched, she saw your message, and she put her phone down. That one sentence is the thesis. This video investigates why that keeps happening and proves it's not personal, it's structural. Most guys on dating apps are not getting ignored because they're unattractive or boring. They're getting ignored because their first message creates instant disinterest. Before the other person even gives them a real chance, you matched, you're excited, you send something, and then nothing. The conversation dies in the first exchange, or before it even starts, leaving you with that familiar, quiet shame of being left on red. The "what did I do wrong?" spiral starts. You begin to believe that maybe the problem is you, but it's not you. It's the message. And that's actually great news, because messages can be fixed. So what exactly happens in those first few seconds that makes someone decide to ignore you? And what does a message that actually gets a reply look like? Evidence. Point 1. The hey problem. Hey, hi, what's up? These aren't just boring, they're a signal. When someone receives a one-word opener, their brain makes an instant judgment. This person put zero thought into this. No effort, no investment. Research by Willis and Todorov shows people form impressions in under 100 milliseconds. Your first message is your second impression. And a lazy one confirms every doubt they already had. The problem isn't that hey is too short, it's that it puts all the work on them. They now have to carry the conversation from zero. Most people simply won't bother. The cognitive load is too high. A bad first message actively creates disinterest. It makes you less attractive than before you sent anything. You've actively lowered your value in their eyes. Evidence. Point 2. The compliment trap. Complimenting looks feels natural, but it's one of the fastest ways to get ignored because it's generic. She's heard it from 40 other guys this week. It's white noise. It signals that you only looked at her photos and nothing else. It also creates a weird power imbalance. You're handing over all your value in the first sentence. With nothing left to build on, the conversation has nowhere to go. There's a second layer. Appearance compliments from strangers often feel uncomfortable, especially on an app where low-effort attention is the norm. You're just another envelope in a sea of gray. Evidence. Point 3. The long paragraph problem. Some guys overcorrect. They write a paragraph. 3 questions, a joke, a reference to her bio, a comment about their own life, all in one message. This reads as anxiety. When someone receives a wall of text, the cognitive load alone is off-putting. They're being asked to respond to 5 things at once. It creates choice overload. Research on choice overload applies here directly. Too many options causes people to disengage. One message, one thread to pull. That's it. Evidence. Point 4. The real pattern. So what actually works? Break it down into 3 components: specificity, curiosity without pressure, and tone match. Specificity proves you actually looked. Reference something real from their profile. You said you'd fight a horse-sized duck. I need to know your strategy. Curiosity without pressure invites personality. Ask one question that's easy and interesting. Your last photo, is that Lisbon or Porto? I have strong feelings about this debate. Tone match signals compatibility. Your message should feel like the energy of their profile. Mirroring signals compatibility before you've even spoken. The formula is a structure: specific observation plus one easy question. This works because it does 3 things at once: shows attention, creates an easy entry point, and signals you're someone worth talking to. Evidence. Point 5. The deeper problem. Here's what most people miss. The first message is just the door. What kills most conversations isn't the opener, it's everything after. It's about drift. They reply. You reply. And then it drifts. No momentum, no plan. This is the real bottleneck. Promising conversations that quietly disappear. Why? No micro-commitment structure. No clear next step. No moment where someone says, let's actually meet. Without a system for what comes next, the ask, the timing, you're back to zero in 48 hours. This is the pattern. It's not a personality problem. It's a friction problem. Now for the verdict. The reason most guys get ignored isn't a mystery. It's a pattern. Low-effort openers signal low investment. Generic compliments blend into noise. Walls of text create friction. And even when it works, the lack of a system kills it. You were never the problem. You were just missing the right structure. Specific observation. One easy, interesting question. Tone match. That's the baseline. That's what gets the reply. But knowing how to open is step 1. What most people never figure out is what to do after the reply. How to build momentum without being pushy. That's a whole separate system. If you want the exact framework, the openers, the momentum sequence, the full match to date system is linked below. Takes 20 minutes a day, and it comes with a money-back guarantee. Links in the description. Start your transformation today. Don't let another match fade to silence. Now you know why the first message fails. But here's the next problem. What do you do when they do reply and then go cold? That's not ghosting. That's a momentum problem. And it's even more fixable. That video is coming next. Stop guessing, start converting. I'll see you in the next analysis.